Hello, hello. Good evening, everyone. Am I live? Not able to see. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Am I live? Please let me know if my audible, like if I'm audible and my video is proper. Let me know in the chat. Hello, Rishi. Hello, Kanwal. Thanks for letting me know, Nikhil. How are you guys doing? Let me know, please. And please mention one thing in the chat that of which year do you belongs to? Like, are you in college or are you pass out? Yes, please let me know so that I can plan the session according to that. If you are a college student, then well and good. This session is for you guys. If you are not, then don't worry. It is still gonna work. So Sweta, okay, fresher we are getting. Last year of college, final year dropout. Okay, MC first year college. Yes, welcome, 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 guys. Welcome to the live stream. Please call out your friends who are in college, maybe in the last year or in college they are studying computer science right now. So this is the topic GitHub. They should always know, every developer should know the GitHub and the basics of GitHub. Actually, I am going to cover the basics of GitHub. So please let them know also by sharing the link as well. Good evening, guys. Good evening. Okay, so I think we are live and we can start the session. Just put the thumbs up in the chat if I am audible and my video is proper. Please do it once again so that I can start the session. Yeah. Okay, so we can start the session right now. Yes, Nikhil. Thanks. Thanks, Imad. Yeah, getting it. Okay, so how many of you guys are aware of GitHub, or you might have heard about GitHub that this is the very important thing or something like that? Are you guys aware of this thing, or you know little bit of GitHub? If you know anything, any little bit of information about GitHub, then please. Okay, Bhushan, you have just heard the name. Okay, okay. You don't know how to use it, Mohit, but for that only we are here. Okay, so I think I am live and I am just taking 2 minutes so that you can call out your friends who are in college so that they also get to know what is GitHub and how to use it. So basically, in this session, we are going to see how, like, what is GitHub and how to use GitHub. Okay, so before letting you know, like, how to use GitHub, you should know why we are using GitHub. And yeah, so someone is trying to put Git commands in the chat section. Okay, good, Imad. Yeah, so people are saying we can post our project in GitHub on GitHub, and it is used to create repo. Okay. Yeah. Yes, it is used to create repo, but what are these repositories and all that we are going to talk in today's video. So can we start, guys, today's session? Can we start up with today's session? Please let me know. Can we start up with today's session? Yeah, I think yes, we can start up with today's session. Okay. So what is GitHub? The basic definition I am trying to give it here. See, GitHub is an internet hosting service. So it is a basic of a internet hosting service. And what does this hosting service means? Hosting service basically means that we are putting our code on their platform, like whatever hosting service we are using. And yeah, from that hosting service, our server will contact with that particular this hosting platform, and websites are shown to us. Okay, so that's the basic meaning of hosting service. And what is GitHub? So GitHub is a tool which is used as a service for software development and version control using Git. So what is this version control? Let me know you guys, like, what is this version control, because this is the most important factor why we are learning GitHub today. Any one of you know like what why we are using this version control? To use all coding tools by community work platform. Yes, that's the best answer, I think. Okay, so like let me just open up my whiteboard. Okay, see, I will tell you why we are using like control system or version system. So let's say I have my own device over here. Okay, and I am trying to put some files over here. So let's say I have made my index.html file over here, index.html, and another is, let's say, index.js. Okay, so let's suppose that we are working on certain project, let's call it P1, and one of my friend is working on same project. Okay, so previously what we used to do. Okay, so what we used to do that whenever I like, let's say I am creating some files. Okay, and I wanted to update some files which I don't know how to update that particular thing and how to add some new functionality. So let's say there is one person P2, and he knows how to update that particular files, right? So in that case, what I used to do, I used to send my whole files and folder to him in a zip file, and then he used to update it and send the new updated file back to me. Okay, so you guys might think that there is a lot of like waste of time here, right? To use AI all coding tools by community work platform. Yeah, that's the very correct answer. Yeah. So basically, what does this mean is, like, version control mean is, see. So let's say version control means that, let's say we have one code stored in one file or one folder on some hosting platform. Okay, so what this version control means? Version control let us do changes to the multiple servers, to the multiple users. Let's say A1 and A2 are two users who want to access the same files and folder present on some specific server. Okay, so to use them as at same time, so this version control system is being used. And also, if we are doing certain changes and if we want to look back, like what changes we made in the past, so that particular system is known as version control system. Okay, so I hope you guys have got the idea why we are using this version control system, right? Right, guys? Sushil Kumar is asking, what is the difference between Git and GitHub? Okay, we will come to that, Sushil. We will come to that. No issues. Okay, I think I have made some mistake over here. I just need to rub this. Okay, no issues. See, what is version control? So, in simple language, a version control is a system which is responsible for managing changes to our documents or files, right? So that's the basic meaning of version control. Now we comes to our platform. Like, what is this GitHub thing? Okay, so GitHub is a place where we used to put all our code, and from that, and GitHub consists of many repositories. And what does these repositories mean? Repository means basic folders that we have. Okay, so let me show you by going to some site. Okay, GitHub is a server. Yeah, you can call it as a server, but but it is not like you cannot claim that that's a server only. GitHub is a hosting platform, you can say, as of now, right? So let me show you one thing by opening up. we are going to github.com directly, first of all. Okay. So what is GitHub? GitHub is basically a tool. It's a version control tool in which we can add our code files and we can maintain a code base of the projects on which we are working. Right? So on whatever project we are working, so we will put that particular code base in this GitHub and we can give its access to the people or persons who are working on this particular project. So uh, let's say I am working. Okay. First of all, I will just let my project name one. So let's say I'm working on project one, and this is the code base of this particular project. Okay, so that's the code base. And let's say there are five people working on this particular project. Let's call them A, B, C, D, and E. Right. So how this will work? How this GitHub will help us to collaborate for the same project, for the same code base. So let's say A puts up the code base into the particular repository. Okay. So B can do what? B can copy that particular code base by using simple commands that we are going to see in today's video. So no issues about that. Is Postman is a Git platform? No. Postman is completely different platform. It's basically used to test our APIs and develop our APIs as well. Aditya. Okay. So let's say B has just copied down the code base, and what he will do, he will ask A for the permission, like to be a collaborator in this particular project. So there are simple terms like collaborator. Collaborator is a person who is like just collaborating for the same code base. Okay, so we are gonna see this all with the help of GitHub and Git tools. So someone is asking like, what is the basic difference between Git and GitHub, right? So I will tell you. See, Git is what? Git is just a CLI. Git is just a CLI. Git is a CLI which will help us to write, which will help us to maintain our repositories, right? And what is GitHub? GitHub you can consider as a hosting platform as well as it is a version control tool. So we are going to see both of them, Git and GitHub, and how to work on the both platform that we are going to see in today's video, right? Someone is asking, can you explain me what is repository? Yeah, sure. We are going to that particular thing, no issues. So yeah, see, first of all, uh, you guys can do one thing. First of all, you just need to install the Git CLI or Git Bash in your system. So for that, what you need to do, guys, just go on Google and search for Git Bash and download. Right. So you will get the first link. Just go to download section of this Git Bash and you can download the Git. If you are using Mac OS, then you can download from here, and if you're using Windows, you can download from here. Yes, you guys know this thing well, I guess. Yeah. So after downloading this thing, just try to install this thing by clicking on next. You just don't need to do any updatation or any other click on that particular like while installing. You just need to click on next, and it will just get installed, right? So do this thing first of all. Yeah. Okay, who is asking? Okay, so CLI is a command line interface, right? So in every system, we have this command line argument. So how to search for that? Just type out CMD on your system, right? So you will get to know what is this CLI. So CLI on like using CLI also we can access each and every component of our system what we are using, right? So what does this Git do? Git makes Git provide us an atmosphere to use our Git commands in that, right? Command prompt. Yeah, command prompt is the right. Okay. So I hope you guys have downloaded this Git bash. Okay, okay. Git is also command line interface, correct? Okay. So yeah. So you can do one thing first of all. Uh, Let me just try to create one GitHub profile as well. So yeah, I'm going to my new account, and you guys can do one thing. If you are done with this Git, you just go to github.com and try to create account over there. So without that, we are not able to proceed further. Okay. How to resolve Git conflict? Can you please elaborate what that issue is, Madhur? Sushil Kumar is asking what is the use of Git. See, Sushil, and for all of you, Git is basically used to manage the GitHub. Git is basically used to manage the Git repositories that we have. And what are repositories that we are gonna see in this video right now? See, first of all, you guys do one thing: just sign up on this GitHub.com website, and after that you can proceed forward. Okay, so you just need to you just need to create your account by typing, like, let's say, see, first of all, I will show you. Here you just need to type your email, whatever your is. So I'm typing out my email ID, clicking on continue, and we can create any password of our choice. Right. Again, I'm clicking on continue, and username you can put on your any username that you want. So let's say I'm putting out this. Sign up done. Okay, okay, okay. Okay. So what you can do here are some puzzles that you need to solve. What are they asking? Asking for two identical objects. Okay. Again, two identical objects. Okay. So after creating the process of sign up, you need to find, you need to add the code OTP. Okay. Just give me 1 minute, guys. So here I need to upload my code. Okay. How many of you guys are done with this process? Please let me know in the chat. So we can add anything over here. You can select anything, automation, security, whatever you are working for. So GitHub is not a open CV. Okay, so yeah, you guys are done with this. Okay, so I'm just continuing it for free. So first click email, I can say, and it is just initially how to create account. I just explain it. Okay, so no issues. So whoever has done with the sign up process will be able to see this screen. Are you able to see this screen, guys? Okay, some people are saying they are already done. So no issues. Okay, so you are able to see this particular screen. So that's the home screen for github.com. And on right upper side, you can see there is something known as your profile, repositories, projects, star, gist, and all that. So you just need to go to your profile first of all. And in your profile, you can see there is one option known as repositories. And what does repositories means? Repositories basically means the folders or the code bases of particular projects that we have. Okay, if I wanted to show you my GitHub repositories, let's say I'm going to my profile. Okay, and in repositories, as you can see, there are various projects that I have done. Okay, so this repositories basically means the code bases, nothing else, like the folders in your laptop or computer. Okay, so what we are going to do, we are going to try to create one new empty repository. Okay, so we'll go like this. First of all, we will try to create this repository using our GitHub only, and we are trying to create new files, and we will try to add new files to our repository with the help of github.com, this browser version only. And after that, we will jump onto our Git. Right? Are you getting me, guys? Are you getting me? Sushil Kumar has the same question. Sir, what is repo? See, I have told you guys that repo is basically the code base, and I have shown you also. See, repo is basically the same thing as folder we have. See, let me show you some of the projects first of all. So I'm going to this overview, and let me show you some project. Okay, so this is a repository. Okay, inside this Vikrant, you can see shop and stop. It's a repository, and this repository consists of several files. Okay, so repository means nothing. It is just a folder which consists of several files. Correct? Are you getting me? Madness of hacker. Someone is asking that on Git, do we don't need to create account? Yes, yes, definitely. You don't need to create account on Git. You just need to log in with your username and password. That I will tell you. Just wait for some time. Let me finish this GitHub thing first. Okay. So what we are gonna do? We are gonna create one empty repository first of all. So for that, what guys need to do? Just click on this new and just add some repository name. I am adding the name like demo and some description for that. So my first repo I can say, and you can make your repo public or private depending on your use, right? You can add this readme file. So readme file is what? Readme file is basically the file which gives you more information about your project. So it is just like a word file, you can say, or text file, you can say. You can write whatever you want, which will give more information about that particular repository. So to show you some example, yeah, you can see here. Here is one readme file, readme.md, and in this file you can see here is some content, right? So that's the basic HTML file you can write over here, and you guys get to see this on readme. So for a person who is visiting some repositories for the first time, let's say you are doing some college projects, okay, and if you want to show the interviewer or the person who is watching or seeing your resume to find a repository and to find how your project works, so you can put that thing in your readme file. Okay, so as of now I think there is no need of adding readme file. And sir, this course is come with one video or multiple video? Madhur, see, we are going to cover GitHub in two videos, in two live sessions basically. And today's target is basically to create repositories and how to create repositories using GitHub and Git Bash, right? And in tomorrow's video, we are gonna like go inside depth, like how to create commits and how to uncommit the things and all that, right? Sure. So I'm just gonna create repository over here. Click on create repository, and yes, see, you are able to see this thing. Are you able to see this thing on your repository? Have you created repositories, guys? For the people who are doing it for first time, just do this thing. Just create an empty repository with with any name of your choice. Okay. Yeah. See, how to add files. Now the case is how to add files. So for that, see, here you can see get started by creating new file or uploading an existing file. Okay, so if you are choosing this option, uploading an existing file, so here you can just drag and drop your files. So that's the first option I can say. Okay, so if you are having any folder on system, if you want to put that particular folder in this repository, you can choose and drag it directly onto this repository, or you can choose your files like this. Okay, I hope you guys are getting this thing. Are you guys getting this? Like how to add files on and folders to repositories. Okay. And the second option is we can create a new file here itself. Okay. Are we creating a project? No, no, no. We are not creating project, but this repository itself is a project. You can put on projects inside this repositories, like the separate repositories for separate projects. Okay. The second thing is we can create the new file. We can create the new file by clicking over here also. By see, and I just need to give the name for the file. So I am giving my first repo. My first repo. Okay, and in edit new file, I'm just gonna add something that my first repo is here. Correct. Are you guys getting this? You just need to create new file by clicking on that option, create new file. You just need to name something and add some content. Like I'm adding simple one line, no, nothing else. And you just need to commit your file. And what does this commit means? Commit basically means it is like a commitment only. Okay, if you might have watched your this movie of Salman Khan, that bodyguard, that commitment wala dialogue is there, right? So that is not the proper commitment. In GitHub, commit means whenever we are writing something in code. Okay, so this is the file we are creating for the very first time. Okay, so no issues. So we can write the commit like, let's say, added first file. So while committing the new file or any other created file, you just need to commit like what changes you have made in that, and you can put the description for your commit. Okay, and you just need to commit new file. See, I am committing new file. It is showing my changes, and my first repo is being added to my repository. Okay, are you guys getting this? How to add files to the repository? Are you guys getting this? Okay, I can see some people are getting it. Okay, nice. Okay, so the other way, okay, so that's the two basic way to add files to the repositories. Okay, after that, the next thing what we can do is of branches, right? So these are branches, and what does these branches means? Okay, so let me tell you with the help of our Miro. Okay, see, what does this branches mean? Branches basically means, oh, I'm not getting, why it is reloading. Okay, no issues. See, branches basically means if there is one particular project, right, and it is being pushed on some branch like this. Okay, let me show you by writing it over here, drawing it over here. Right. So let's say there is one code base, correct? And here is one branch. Let us call this box as a branch, and the branch name is main. Okay, and you can say, let's say my whole project. Okay, my whole project is being put in main branch, right? And if someone wants to update this particular project by making some changes, and we don't want, let's say the person A has put project in my main branch, correct? And let's say a person B is there who want to collaborate on this particular project, and he want to update something. Let's say there are two files, let's name them P and Q dot html, let's say basics. Okay, so what happen when B wants to change the file, this html, this q.html, what he will do, he will just clone this thing. He can just clone out the copy of this main, and he can create a separate branch of name B. Let's assume B. Okay, and after updation of all files, he can merge this branch with this particular branch. Okay, so that the changes he made in main are visible after committing. You can see that particular changes, what changes he had made, right? So that's the basic use of branches. Correct? Are you getting me? Are you getting me, guys? Okay. Someone is saying code sandbox. Renuka, this code sandbox is different thing. Yeah, this is not GitHub thing actually. So on code sandbox, you can directly write codes and see the outputs as well. So GitHub is entirely different thing, right? Okay. So let me do one thing. Let me create one branch. So how can you create new branch? See, by clicking on this main, and you can just write any branch here. Let's say I'm creating DevTown branch over here. So I will just write down DevTown over here, and there is one option called create branch. DevTown from main, right? So I'm just clicking on this thing, create new branch, and I will be able to see that my the DevTown branch has been created. And you might ask me that, sir, why this DevTown branch is having my first repo file? See, because we have created this DevTown branch from the branch main only. So whatever files are there in my main, so that will automatically replicate in my DevTown branch. Are you getting me, guys? This thing, Madhur, we are going to see that git clone command as well when we talk about Git. As of now, we are on GitHub, so I think we should talk about GitHub. Okay, okay, right. See, so right now I am on my which branch? DevTown branch, right? So let's say I wanted to add some branch like file over here. So what I can do, create new file, and I can add like this is on branch. Sorry, this is on branch DevTown. Correct. So this is on branch DevTown, and what to do for commit? Like new branch added, I can say new branch added. Okay, and also we need to give the name for this. So I'm just renaming it, giving it a name of DevTown. So repository is shown in branch. What does this repository means? Shikha Shugle, can you please elaborate? What are you saying? I'm not getting this thing. Okay, so we are creating this file by the name DevTown, and we are just committing new file, right? So yes. So right now you can see on DevTown branch we have two files. First is DevTown, that is new branch added. That is basically the files each which is only present in DevTown branch. And the second file is which my first repo, which is also present in my main branch. As you can see, if you go to main, you can see my first repo is present here. But the file which we added is not present. This first repo is not present on my main branch. So for that, we need to this merge these two branches. Okay. So how to merge this file? Merge that particular thing. So we just need to compare this thing. Okay, let me do one thing. See, I will not show you this like how to merge today only. We will see this thing how to merge and commit the file, how to uncommit. We will see that thing in detail in tomorrow's video. For today's video, let me just show you how to add the files and how to create repositories and branches. Are you getting me? Derek is asking why do we need Git? Why do we need Git? Okay, so Git is needed for manipulating our repositories. We can also create Git repositories with the help of Git. What is Git? Git is a bash. Git is a command line argument, or CLI, we can say command line interface. Okay, can you say what is the use of branch? See, previously I think I have described this branch thing. Okay, I will do it one another time. Let's say I have one interesting example for that. How many of you guys watch this Big Boss? Does any one of you watch this Big Boss? It's a reality show. See, in Big Boss, what happens? There is one kitchen. There is only one kitchen for all contestant, And what is happening in Big Boss? Everyone is fighting for kitchen. Let's assume this. Okay, everyone is fighting for this kitchen. Okay, so how can we solve this particular problem? So let's say there are two contestants in Big Boss, A and B. Okay, let's take third also, C. Okay, and let's say A wanted to use this kitchen. He want to cook something for him. At the same time, let's say B wanted to cook something for him, and C also. So what will happen here? Definitely, they are gonna fighting, right? So what is the solution for this particular scenario? Someone is saying bakwas aata hai. Arey, I am just explaining this thing, branch wala thing. Okay, so what we can do over here in Big Boss, we can create separate kitchens for three of them, right? Like kitchen for A, kitchen for B, and kitchen for C, and the problem is solved, right? In the same way, why we are needing these branches? L- Let's say there is one code base. This is code base, correct? And there are two people working on this. Let's say P is the one who is the administrator of this particular code base, and Q is the one who wants to add something, and R is the one who wants to add something, okay. So what this Q can do, instead of adding this second kitchen, what he can do, he can create a new branch. And how he will create a new branch? From, let's say, this code base is put on branch main, right? So he can clone this main branch, okay, into a one new branch. Let's name it Q only. This is a Q branch, right? For this Q person, correct? So what this Q can do? Q will make the necessary changes of on whatever files he wanted to do in this particular main thing. Okay, so he will make that particular changes, and after creating particular changes, he will just commit that particular code, and he will send a merge request to P, asking P that P, please let me know that my updation thing is done. If all things are right, then please merge it with the main branch. Okay, are you guys getting this thing? To subdivide the main kitchen, no, yes, you can say to subdivide the main kitchen in that sense. Derry, you are right. Correct. So that's the use case of this particular branches. Correct. Okay, so the next thing what we are gonna do, I think we are done with this GitHub thing for today's session. Okay, so what we are gonna do right now? How many of you guys have installed this thing, Git? If you have joined late, I have shown you how to download the Git and how to install this Git Bash. How many of you guys are done with that? Whoever is done with Git Bash, please let me know in the comment. Please let me know. Okay, okay. So you guys have done with the installation. So do one thing. Just open your Git Bash. Okay, so many people are okay, done with that. Okay, just do one thing. Just go to Git and open this Git Bash. So if you are Mac user, or if you are a Linux user, then you don't need to install this particular Git. You have your terminal with you. Just open terminal and you can type the same commands as I'm typing in the this Git Bash. Okay, so this Git Bash is giving me the environment same to the terminal as we have in Linux. So those who know, Derry, please join this Git Bash. So how to download this? Just go to Google Chrome and just search for Git Bash, and in download section you can download Git free for from here only. Download for Windows if you are having Windows, and if you are not having Windows, or if you are using Mac and Linux, then you don't need to install this thing. You can simply go to terminal. Okay, yeah. See, so I'm going to Git, and you can see in Git how to let me do some changes. What's happening here? Okay, so in Git, if your Git is installed, you can just type out Git over here, and you can see there are many commands. You can see, right? You can see version, help, path, and whatever values you are seeing will be seen here, right? If you compare this Git with our CMD, let's do one thing, right? Let me go to desktop something. Okay, so there are some CLI commands that you need to familiar with. Okay, so there is one command. First of all, let me tell you that command. If you want to make new folder inside this desktop, see, right now I am in desktop, and how to go to desktop? Let's say if you are in your CMD, do one thing. Can you go with CMD in Windows of without Git Bash? See, if you are installing Git, then you need to pass the location of that Git Bash to your environment variable. Otherwise, you will not be able to do the thing. You will not be able to do the thing. Okay, and how to do that thing specifically? See, if you have downloaded your Git Bash, just go to your C drive, and in program files you can find out Git. Okay, and in bin, just go to bin, just copy this particular thing, the path of Git bin inside Git and bin, right? Just copy this particular command and search for env on your Windows. This is environment system. Okay, no issues. Just search for env and this tab will open, right? And in environment variables, you can just click on path, you can click on edit, and you just need to add this new thing. Okay, are you guys getting this? Who wants to work with Git on with the help of CMD? So you can do this thing, no issues for that. Okay, so right now I am on my which file. Okay, so as you can see right now I am on my this Shri. That's my the basic introduction of my C drive. No issues. There's the name. So if you want to go inside this desktop, so you can just type cd. Cd represents change directory, and you can type desktop over here. Okay, just click on enter, and you will be going inside this desktop. So right now I am inside my desktop. So let's say I want to create one new file, new folder inside this desktop. You can just use the command mkdir, and you can pass on the file name, folder name, whatever you want. Let's say I'm typing, I think DevTown is already present over there. I'm just typing dev. Okay, and see, and this folder will be created. This dev name folder will be created inside my desktop. If I show you, see, this dev folder has been created using mkdir command. So that's the basic CMD commands, CLI commands that one should know. Okay, so I think that's the very basic thing. Okay, after that, if you are on Git, just clear it. For clearing this thing, we will be using clear command. And if you want to, let's say, now you just need to put on your username, your user email, and after that you just need to put on your password over here in Git, so that you can just get started with the Git. Okay, and how to do this thing? Just do one thing, just type it git config, right? After that dash dash, just do this thing, just copy this thing along with me. Global, you just need to type user dot name, and after that you just need to type your name, whatever you have, whatever you want to call yourself, or whatever you want to add, like the same name as GitHub. You can do the same thing as well. Okay, you want to increase the size. Is this visible now? Please let me know, is this visible now? Just copy this command. I'm waiting for you guys. Just copy this command. And are you guys getting what I have taught you till now? Okay, have you guys copied this thing, username? Okay, just copy this thing, and after user dot name, you you can just enter your name, or not necessary in quotes. You just need to type your name and simply click on enter. It will just save your name. Okay. Okay, I think most of the people are done with this. Okay, after this user dot name, what we need to add, we just need to add our email id. You can just type out this user dot email, and after that you can just add on your email id, like whatever your email id is. Don't enter my email id. Okay, are you guys done with this email thing? Okay, just add your email after user dot email. Okay, I think you are done with this. And after that, the last thing is you can add your password. Okay, of whatever password you have added while creating a new GitHub account, you can add that same password. Okay, I hope you guys are getting this. Okay, so that's these are the very basic commands that one should know about this Gits, like how to set up the account. So this is the very first thing you are doing it for the first time, and I hope you guys, no one will remember this thing. I also not need to search for these commands. Okay, so just do it, and that's done for Git. Okay, so next thing what I can do, if I wanted to go to desktop. Okay, so I can just click on to this cd. Cd means change directory, change my directory to desktop. So right now I am inside my desktop thing, desktop. And let me just do one thing. If I wanted to open some file, okay, so let me type cd. See, guys, if you wanted to travels inside current folder, just type out cd. And after that, if you want to see the number of folders inside this particular desktop folder, what you can do after cd, you can just type tab, and tab will give you the number of folders inside this particular desktop. Okay, so on git bash it will work like this. In git bash, cmd copy paste commands are not working. See, on git I am not sure, but on cmd it will work definitely. Okay, so that's the thing. Okay, so I am inside cd and I wanted to open which folder, this dev. I just wanted to go inside this dev. Okay, so right now I think my work is done with github. I have created my account and I have connected it with this. So I am back with my cmd thing, and I am just going to this dev. Okay, and see, inside dev, let's say I wanted to open this dev, a dev folder in my visual studio code, visual vs code, let's say. Sorry, visual studio code. And like how many ways I can open my particular folder in Visual Studio Code. I can just simply go to this Visual Studio Code, and yes, simply I can like add the files and folder from here. If go to that particular folder, type code space dot and just enter. And see, and see, new VS Code folder. This new VS Code tool is open, and yes, right, you are right. See, so what we are going to do right now is we are going to create some files, and we are gonna just make one repository. And let's say if you wanted to post some code using Visual Studio Code and directly to the repository, then how to do that? So for that we have very minimum number of steps and minimum number of commands. So it will take another 10 to 15 minutes. Just be patient. Okay, so let's say I am creating one file called index.html. And if you are familiar with html, you guys might know this. There is one boilerplate code. I'm just adding my first html, right? Okay, and after that what we can do, I can add one another file called index.js. So that's the way guys are. If you guys wanted to learn this HTML, JS, and whole web development, you guys can follow the playlist. There is one playlist live on our DevTown by the name Web Development Series. Correct. How many of you are aware about that thing? Please let me know. My face video recorder is too much lagging. Okay, no issues. I think that's a network glitch. Maybe the network speed is lagging somehow. No issues. So what we can do right now, I am just connecting my index.js with my HTML with the help of this src tag. I just entering the location. Okay, so let's say I wanted to post this particular code to my any repository from VS Code directly. So how to do that thing? That I will show you right now. Okay, okay. Anuj, Anuj, thank you. Okay. So you all must know that our web development playlist is live right now. You can go and watch out HTML, JS, CSS series as well. If you want to, if you are looking for web development field jobs. Okay. So what I'm doing right now, I'm just opening my terminal over here. Okay. So instead of terminal, I will do one thing first of all. I will just go to my command prompt only. See, right now I am inside my dev folder. Okay. So first of all, let us create one new repository so that I can show you. Okay, I'm using my personal GitHub right now. See, in GitHub, you just need to create one empty repository right now. Okay, and in repository, I'm just renaming this repository as demo2. So demo2 name is available, and I'm just creating this repository. This is a public repository. Okay, yeah. So I have created this public repository, and this page opens up. On creating any repository, this page will open up that you can set up in desktop. You can add uploading new existing file. See, I have told you how to upload existing file and how to create new file. But right now we are going to see how to like add the files from terminal itself. Terminal or this command prompt. Okay, terminal is in VS Code. You can see. So let's say there are some commands, basic commands. First of all, you just need to init. Git init is the very basic command. See, just type git init and click on enter. See, it will show you one message that initialize empty git repository in C in this particular folder. So what is this git init? See, after doing git init, if you go to dev folder, you can see there is one file which is hidden. That is .git file. Okay, we will talk about this file later on. But first of all, how many are you getting? How many of you are getting this particular file? Okay, all are getting right, right. Thank you. So we will try to conduct our sessions in Hindi as well. Anuj, no issues. Actually, many people are coming from South India and other parts of India. So some people don't know Hindi as well. So that's why we are conducting these sessions in English. Okay, so no issues. We will try to take sessions in Hindi as well in future. Okay. So right now just focus here. Okay. So I have created my empty Git repository, right? And after that, what we are going to do, we just need to click one command git space add, and after space, let's say git space add and add. See, just type this command git space add after space one dot and just enter this thing. And after that, your code is pushed into our local directory, into that .git file which is created right now. Okay, Hirat, see, someone is from Andhra Pradesh, I guess. Allu Arjun, nice name. Okay, English is best for everyone. Yeah. See, after adding this file, we just need to type git status to see whether our files are being added or not. See, here you can see the file names are coming in green color. That means our files are not committed yet. So we have just added our file to our local repository. Local repository means which? This .git file. Correct? Are you guys getting this? Okay, I hope you are getting this thing. Okay, so that's the thing. And after that, if you wanted to, let's say, commit this thing. Okay, so after committing, so the command for commit is git commit dash m, and in double quotes you can type one message whatever you want to add. So I am just typing simple messages that added files to repository. Right, that's the very simple message I can say. And I'm just clicking on enter. Okay, so you can see that my two files are changes. I will be able to see one message that my two files are change. Okay, so right now if I check my git status, you will be able to see that on branch master there is nothing to commit because I have committed these two files, right? So that's the thing. So right now I have committed my files, and right now they are in my local git repository. And if I wanted to post them to my GitHub repository, so how to do that? See, go back to your repository where you have created the new repository. This is my demo 2 repository. Okay, just see here on create new repository how to do on command line. So what we have did is this thing only. See, we have done this git init command. We have used this git add. Okay, this add readme file we haven't added. If you want to add this, you can add this readme file. I have explained you previously in this video only. Okay, after that we have done this thing. What? Git commit, right? Okay, after that what we can do, we can simply just copy this line. Okay, on which branch we want our code to be. Okay, so let's say I am doing copying this thing. What is the use of git init? So git init is basically is used to initialize our empty git repository in our local drive. Like you can see after git init you will be able to see this .git folder in your repository. Okay, so you don't need to think about what is .git folder and all that. We will see cover this thing later on. First of all, just follow the commands, right? See, so after that I am copying this git branch minus m command. Just go back to this cmd, just copy this thing and click on enter. Okay, so right now my code is on branch m. Okay, after that just copy the command below that, git remote add origin and this thing. Okay, so my command follows git remote add origin, and after origin we have the code link of for this particular repository. Okay, and we are using command line, that's why we are using .git here. Okay, so just go back to your command line, just paste this thing, click on enter, and after that there is one last thing that we need to do is this git push origin main. Okay, just click on here git push minus u origin main, and your code will be pushed to the GitHub repository. See, I have clicked on enter and you can see counting objects 100% 4 of 4 done. And yeah, see, my code has been pushed to the GitHub repository. Okay, so how to see that? I am just refreshing my this GitHub page, and you can see my index.html and index.page, the index.js page is been added to my GitHub repository. How many of you guys have done this or able to put your code on repository using cmd? Are you guys done with this? Please let me know in the chat. Are you guys done with this? Okay, I can see. Yes. So that's the whole thing that I wanted to convey here in today's video, like how to add files to the GitHub. And okay, 1 minute someone is saying, okay. So no issues, take your time. It will definitely go. For some, it will took some time. Thanks, Rushikesh. I hope, Rushikesh, you got the idea how GitHub works. Okay. And in this way only we can put up our all code to the repository. I have told you both ways, using CMD, using GitHub directly also. Okay, done. Thank you so much. I am happy that your code is pushed, guys. Okay, guys. Thanks. Okay, so the next thing which I wanted to ask you guys, have you done some projects in collaboration with someone? Okay, if you are in college, don't it doesn't matter if you are in college or in a final year, or if you have passed out. Have you guys tried to collaborate with some people on projects, or try to do some projects in groups or in teams, in team? Not it. So I will suggest you guys to please try out this thing with your friends. Whether doesn't matter whether it is a simple projects. Try with simple HTML, CSS pages. Try to build simple web pages and try to put that particular code on GitHub. Because see, what a GitHub is in what a phase GitHub is gonna help you whenever you are passed out of college, and if you are applying for anywhere for the interview, specifically for the developer role, then they will check out your GitHub, right? Then they will check out your GitHub, how many commits you have done and how much work you have done on GitHub. Okay, so here in your profile you can see there are some green dots, and depends on the density of that particular dots, they are gonna see that this person has done this much work on GitHub and all that. Okay, what I do contribute. See, Anuj, I am not saying this for the sake of fun. I'm just saying that start making projects. You can contribute on your own repository as well. That's not that's a very fair point. Okay, so any issues until this point on GitHub or Git, or any confusion what Git is on what GitHub is, why we are using this particular, why we are using particularly GitHub only? Any issues that you faced, any issues that you face? Okay, I think no one has any issues. So I hope my job of today is done properly. So see, in tomorrow's video or in the upcoming live session, what we are gonna see. Someone is asking what is the exact how to save. Someone is asking how to save. See, whenever you are creating repositories, they are saved on cloud. Okay, so you just don't need to do anything. Okay, and someone is asking how to execute our code, right? So that's the very good answer for you as a fresher. You must know this thing. Let me do one thing. Let me try out uh, to show you something on this board. Okay, how this web development thing is working. How many of you guys know that how this thing is working? How web works actually? Because your colleagues will know what you have pushed till now, right? See, first of all, I will tell you a bit about commit. Why we are using commit? So let's say there is person A. Okay, here is our code base, right? Here is my code, and A has to do some updation in this particular code. So what he will do? Let's say on 21, on date 21, he is doing some updation and he is committing the code, committing his branch to this code. Okay, so let's say the code developed by this particular person is not working fine, and they want to make necessary changes in that code. Okay, and the person who is handling this code base, if he wants to know why which functionality is not working. Okay, so commit will help him to understand that this particular A person has done some new commits, so that's why there is some error going on. Okay, so commit, with the help of commit we can see the entire what we call that entire history of who has done any changes to our particular code base, right? GitHub have limited memory space like our Google Drive? No, I guess no. I haven't faced anything something like that till 8, but yes, we can push on unlimited code as of now because I have pushed on my react.js files. So let me show you something. If I go onto my repository, so I hope there is no limit. There might be some limit, but there is upper limit is like a lot. If I show you something on my shop and stop, you can see in, I hope there is no node modules folder. Otherwise I will be able to show you that there are approx 40-50,000 files in that node modules folder. Okay, so that is not the issue over here. And something new, if I wanted to show here is actions. I guess that was not an action. Okay, no issues. I will show you how this commit things were in upcoming session, right? And yeah, that's the thing. Any another questions? Madhur Madhur Chaturvedi is asking like contribute or edit the code. Can anyone contribute or edit the code? Yes. See, I will tell you how that thing works. Contribution basically means, so see, any on any public repository you can clone out any public repository. That doesn't matter whether it belongs to Facebook, whether it belongs to any other company, big company. Okay, some companies have made their code bases open. Okay, so you can just clone their repository, and if you want to add some new things, you can add new features. But after that, you need to create the merge request. Okay, and it depends on how we are making changes, and you need to send one message in merge request while you are requesting. So it depends on the second the code base administrator whether to accept your request or not. If you are doing proper changes, so he will definitely accept it. So that is the a small idea of how this open source coding, or what we can say that open source coding is only the thing. So yeah, and someone is asking about the execution. So for execution, you need to host our particular code on some servers, on some cloud servers. Okay, so there are, if you are a college person, then you can do one thing. After putting your code to GitHub, you have some free hosting platforms like Heroku. Okay, you have some platforms like Netlify is the best for college students. After that, one free platform is Versal. Render.com is also a free platform to host your website. You just need to connect your GitHub with these platforms, and you just need to connect your repository, right? Yes. Live server, no, live server is not the thing. If you want to execute, okay, if you want to execute simple HTML code in your VS Code, then in that case live server is the best I can suggest. Okay, and someone is asking what is the difference between GitHub and GitLab. See, Madhur, GitLab is the tool developed by Atlassian, but majority of the companies are using GitHub. If I have to show you, let me just show you. See, GitHub, uh companies using GitHub. You can see there are how much companies? 10,048 companies. They are using GitHub. See, this is a website called Stackshare on which you can compare various technologies and tools. You can see which companies are using GitHub. So there are very big unicorns that are using GitHub, and GitHub is the best version control tool, right? So GitLab, I also haven't used GitLab, so I don't have any idea what this GitLab is. Okay, and yeah, with that, any other questions do you have, guys, with regarding to today's session? Any other doubts you have regarding this GitLab? Sorry, GitLab, GitHub only. See, So I will try to put here something what we are gonna see in upcoming sessions, so that you guys can ask your friends to join as well. See, in the next upcoming session, what we are gonna see is GitHub desktop. First of all, what is this GitHub desktop? How to use this GitHub desktop, right? Again, we are gonna see that how to merge projects. Okay, what are these pull requests, right? How to commit to, I think today only we saw how to uncommit things. Okay, so we are gonna see all this with the help of live examples. And trust me guys, this is a very, that session is going to be very important session, productivity wise and knowledge wise also. Okay, how to pull code open in VS Code. See, what is merge request and all these things we are gonna cover in our upcoming session. See, I don't mind to tell you these things right now. But what will happen? You are not able to get the entire thing. I will try to cover these things fully and fully functionally with the help of live examples, so that you also try that thing on your own laptops. And yes, that's the thing. That's the only thing. Thank you so much, Renuka. Funny vlogs. Yes, we will definitely see that thing also. How to pull code, open in VS Code. Okay. And yes, I think we are out of time right now. Someone is asking, and can we copy repository and host by another name? Yes, definitely. See, whenever we are uploading any website, not uploading, whenever we are hosting any website, so we add domain name that, so we are definitely adding domain name to that particular website. So definitely that repository name is gonna change. How to copy code from frame? I don't know on our VS Code. See, I will. Sorry, I forgot to tell you one short thing. That is, whenever if you want to download any code from, let's say, my repository. So if you can go to this, if you can search this 15 Vikrant is my username. You can go on to any repositories on GitHub. Doesn't matter if it is mine or anyone. So let's say I'm going to this demo.2. Okay, I will do one thing. I'm just copying this thing and I'm opening this thing in incognito mode. Now I am not logging on my system. See, still I'm able to access the code as my repository is public. So anyone can access my code right now. And how to download this? Just click on this code. You can either download zip, or either you can open this code with the help of GitHub desktop. Okay, or how to make the necessary changes. So in the upcoming session, we are going to also discuss what does this code spaces mean. Okay, so I hope that upcoming session will be more productivity, knowledge wise as well, and information wise as well. Okay, so I think I'm done for today's session. If you have any questions, just put, here are the last 5 minutes. Thank you, team. Thank you, Anuj. Just keep watching and keep sharing the content with your friends. Can we push files to GitHub and delete files from our PC or system? Yes, definitely, Durga, you can do that. If you are pushing files to repositories, and if you are deleting them, then that doesn't matter anything. Now your code is pushed onto the cloud, so that doesn't make any sense whether you are deleting or not. It is there on your repository. Okay. I think Kilraj Singh, how to copy code from friend. I have addressed this thing. You can download this thing from here as well. Download zip, and how to clone that I will tell you in next video. Okay. Okay, Anuj, we are planning to bring down this GitHub sessions, and we are definitely planning to bring out this computer network sessions that you guys are gonna love. How computer works and how this network is working, whole internet. Someone is asking, what if we copy and download GitHub? Most important topic है बिल्कुल. What if we copy code and download that code from friend I did, and we execute VS Code? How we push our personal? How we push in our personal repository. See, for that, Khilraj saying what you need to do, you just need to code, just click on code, download, click on download zip, then you can just do anything with that particular zip file, whatever you want. And you can put that the zip file onto your repository as well, your personal repository as well, right? Yes. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for watching this session. And I hope I am able to add some knowledge in your life. And with that, I take your leave and I will see you guys in our next live. Until then, keep coding and don't give up on code. Okay. I will see you guys in upcoming live. Thank you so much.